Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's get some good music on here. 2 seconds, let's see. Really like the overture, that one's always a good one. Let's see, is this it? No, no. Japanese overture, somewhere around here. Ah, there we go, okay, awesome. Right, okay, so we'll get going in just a moment here. Luckily, I already got the game loaded. I was going to make a save, and then we'll get it open in mid-tracker, actually. Make it easy to take a look at. How you doing there, battling Giza, my sexy mother from another brother? Good to have you, man. Good to have you. So it's going to get things sorted for the actual tracker. Like, we need to take a look at the actual production. Like, we really do need to really see what's going to work for us. Okay. I do hope everybody is doing well today. Right, there we go. Free, awesome. How you doing there, Rainbow Slash? Feels like we never left. Still remember that night in September. How's the weather? It's alright today, actually, to be fair. Well, saying that, it's a bit chilly. Like, I'm glad that I'm not having to go out there and work anymore. Well, I was like doing my old job last week, so I'm glad I'm not having to do that anymore. Don't threaten me with a good time. How you doing there, Juxt? Welcome to the stream, my man. How you doing there, Roachy? Good to have you on board. How you doing there, Infinite? Well, the job I was doing beforehand was window and door installation, which is okay. Like, it's an easy job. It's just one of these things that when the weather sucks, it does suck. Before that, obviously, the pub management. Before that, some time in an actual kitchen. Before that, worked in an M&S 3 times. Before that, cleaner for a while. Before that, some work on a scaffold. Yeah, like doing cleaning on a scaffold. That wasn't fun. Okay. So get this new turn loaded and we'll be good to go from there. I think overall the last turn was okay. I mean, we took some losses, but the good news is we didn't have anything wiped out, so that's very good. How you doing there, Kodokan? Kovikan? Evoken? I'm gonna say Evoken. Evoken. Something like that. Alright then. No, it's good to have you on board, man. More than merrier, really. I think after this might do a little bit of like Star Sector. I've been really enjoying Star Sector really recently. Though today quite happy, I did get my 10mm American platoon all based and that, so that's quite nice. Got some Shermans here in front of me based. Come on, when it's ready. Okay, there we go, awesome. Right, okay, so take a look at the current turn then. Yeah, Star Sector's awesome. I've got a few mods installed actually. I'm going to do one, but I need to test and make sure it's actually working. Right, so we did take the bases at Tavoy, Buna, and Manadao. I mean, taking Manadao was quite nice there. Buna, obviously, that was self-evident there. Okay, so we've got our Tosu patrol boats over there, which is great news. I'll have to see where they actually are. These DMSs are going to go in for upgrades then. I think that was the last turn that we did that. I think they've gone in for upgrades around Hong Kong, actually. So go ahead and take a look at this then. Yeah, those Buno rats are fearsome. Oh dear. See, let's take a look at that actual, well, the actual pool over here then. In regards to armament points, like, we've got 9,510 at the moment. There are times we do lose a lot in the way of armaments. Sorry, armaments, not armed elements. One of those days when you're getting tongue-tied. Okay, so there is a bit of an increased usage at the moment. I think we'll leave it as it is for the time being. I really do need to take a look more into how the armament production really works in regards to LCU production. No, I'm actually quite surprised to see that there's a bit of an uptick over here. I did end up mucking up the actual northern convoy, the one that does actually head to Port Arthur. I accidentally loaded them with supply rather than resources. So we're going to have that convoy a little bit delayed there, which isn't particularly great. It's going to delay us a few hundred, well, 100, 200,000 tons of resources a few days. It's not a major thing, but I would have liked to have kept it routine. Overall, not too bad. We can see the supply situation in Japan proper. Since we actually got the resource situation, supply situation sorted, we can see obviously there's been a great usage of supplies here. But then again, we've had time to build the supplies up as we weren't using them properly in the prior turn, so it's not too bad. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at our air production then. I think what we're going to do here then is actually halt the Ki-43-1C production at 140 for that round number. I think what we're going to do instead is actually, due to the fact that we did have a... we did suffer quite a few losses to A-System 2-0. I'd like to potentially increase the A-System 2 production, maybe more. I need to really plan this out. We do have the production ramping up, it's still going to go for some time as of yet. But it's going to be one of these, really. I do like the 43-1C. Like, it has proven itself to be a nice aircraft. It's really good, for, obviously, for the escort in there. I think we are going to be using the 1C Oscars to really try and sweep the enemy. I'd like to try and use the Zeros as, like, the decisive element in the battles there. Basically, keep them well rested and have them, have them fed into the sweeps when we need them, really. I do need to take a look at the engines, though. I think that's definitely a priority. So we are building up a stockpile of the Ki-21-2As there. So I've got 2 of them in the pool. We have stopped producing the G4M1s for the time being, as you can see, they're not on the list. So if we take a look at what's actually available... Yeah, I don't have the lilies in the actual pool, there's none of them. We don't produce them either, so they're going to become something of a rare breed. But that's not too bad. I mean, ultimately, we are going to be using the Ki-21s over the Ki-48s. We do have a small amount of production here for the Dinas. Oh, how you doing there, Doomsday? I got Chinese food? Oh man, I'm jealous. Like, you know what, I really love, like, the seaweed. That stuff is amazing. Like, I'm a massive fan of, like, salty foods. And it's like, that saltiness with the sugar there is amazing. Love that. And then the, like, sort of weird crunchiness of it's just, oh, just amazing. So we are going to ramp up the Jake production. I think I'm going to have another 15 facilities at least on the go here. The reason being, I would like ultimately more, but I don't want to be using too much in the way of supply too quickly. We can build it up over time now. Yeah, chow mein would be nice. I like crispy shredded beef as well, that's always nice. Okay. Now, what I want to actually take a look at over here then is if we take into consideration the fact that we did move the H6K4s, I think it was last turn. Was it last turn or this turn? Sometimes they end up blending together, really. Right, so 50 search sharks, we've got them on, okay. Right, okay. So we are seeing that coming out there from Shirojima. So that's good. The good news is it gives us that little bit of more there in terms of search. We do potentially have eyes on some of the Aleutian Islands over here, so if there is something moving there, at least we might have, albeit a small chance of detection, at least it is a chance of detection, which is quite good. I'd be tempted to have something posted out here at Manus Island, but for the most part it wouldn't be doing that much. But it would be nice to try and fill that gap, but it really is a very low priority, if indeed even anything of a priority. When do we invade Alaska? Well, we'll be invading the Aleutian Islands in March. That's really when we're getting ready for that. I'm going to have a couple Naval Guard units ready soon in Tokyo, I think in the next 2 days. So I think what we'll probably do is have some of those Naval Guard, well, maybe even just a single unit of Naval Guard. I don't imagine there's going to be a huge amount of force out here. I imagine 1 or 2 units of Naval Guard would be sufficient to deal with most things out here in the Aleutians. It's not a major theatre. So it should be alright for the most part. We see, obviously, the Kitabatai is near in truck. Will arrive next turn. I need to get some reconnaissance. I need to get some engineers out to Canton Island. So I'm going to take a look at how we can do that today, really. I'd like to get some H6K4s established at Canton Island, or even just some Jakes. Just really... I mean, the H6K4s would be a hell of a lot better, but just having any sort of detection near the Line Islands would be really, really good right now. We've not seen THG's carriers for some time. I think it's been about... It's been at least 10, 20 days, something like that. I think we saw them... Well, more than that, really. I think we saw them on the 10th of January, or around about that time frame. So depending on what he's actually been up to all this time. I reckon he probably stayed over at Hawaii for some time if he's still there. He may very well still be there, I've really no idea. But I feel like he's going to attempt to attack us at some point. It's inevitable that it's going to happen. I feel like the point at which he probably will attack will maybe down here in the south. Though even then down here in the south, it's not exactly... It's not as weak as he would imagine it would be. I mean, our weak point is really going to be along this sort of line here, really. Which is why we've got a lot of our naval search in this area. Though I am considering taking the 11 H6K4s, or potentially even another squadron of H6K4s, and having them actually positioned over here to Kandari/Makassar, The reason being, I'd like to have some just general information in this area. Though, that one isn't entirely necessary. I could do that with Dinas, and they may do a just as good of a job, really. So if you avoid getting nuked, does that mean Japan won't be so weird? But the thing is, we want to get nuked. Ideally, we want to get nuked 3 times. The reason being... I mean, I'm completely serious about this. If he nukes me, I want him to nuke me as many times as possible. The reason being, it lowers his victory level. So if the only way that THG here is going to come off with an actual true victory is by achieving a decisive victory. So anything less than a decisive victory works for us as Japan, really. Like, if we can drag him down to a draw, then that's still a Japanese victory there, really. Kinda... throw a bit like mud in the face kind of victory, but still a victory. Now, I am anticipating these arriving earlier. I'm hoping that they are going to arrive on the 19th of February. Ideally. They may not. This may be a number that comes from having them accelerated from the first day, but we'll see about that. So it could be potentially... Well, I'm not entirely sure, really. How long will this game for... game go for? Years, yeah, pretty much years. Okay. So, Infinite has been so kind as to make a few changes to the game as well. It's mainly stuff in regards to pilot training for the most part. Though... we do have a actual example here of the resizing. So if we take a look at the Mizuho, you can see, for example, that what he's been able to do here then is split these squadrons up and, well, just have them aboard here and resize them. So you can see that these are different squadrons. He's using the Jakes. Well, we're actually using the Glens, I should say, due to the fact that we have a lot of them actually in the pool. So what we can do here then is get many more pilots in training now, which is fantastic. Though... that'll have to be next turn, it seems. Okay. See, I was discussing with Major last night, actually, in regards to the Indian Ocean approach. And, he did make the point of, like, well, what are you hoping to achieve? What can you actually expect to achieve? Does that actually outweigh the potential risk there? And I think there is something that can be achieved. Even, I mean, obviously we'd be looking towards sinking tankers if there are indeed any tankers in that area. I mean, it's very likely that there aren't. He's not going to be silly to really leave them. But we have seen THD be somewhat complacent in the past, so we'll have to hope that there is indeed a chance of that. Though, it is interesting seeing the light cruiser De Ruyter out here. That one I found intriguing. So what I've got set up at the moment is the mini Kitabatai. They're going to be heading towards this position over here. The reason being, I want to try and gain some distance out from land here. So what we're going to do then is we'll move through as a single united force in the next turn. Now if we take a look at this position here. So that's 15 hexes away. That's 5 hexes away. We can see that this is 7 hexes away, so we'd actually have range over that. Oh, when I say next turn, I mean, like, they're gonna move this turn, but I mean, like, they'll arrive here next turn. Yeah, 15 hexes away. It's a shame that we don't have aircraft with longer range, but it is what it is. And that light cruiser could be used for... Well, the thing is, it's like, I doubt he'd use it as a scouting force, because it's... As far as it goes, there's really no reason that he would have that there. I think it could be forces... It could be down to port space, really. Maybe even fuel, maybe he's just getting forces out there. Maybe he's escorting a convoy. He may be just out there on the ASW mission, but I find it odd that he actually did send the De Ruyter for that. I don't know if she actually has any depth charges or really anything like that. Well, if anything, it just seems like he's sending out a ship there that is easier to hit, really. It seems a little bit reckless, but we'll try and figure that one out. I mean, a good half of the game is actually really trying to figure out what the opponent is thinking. So we'll see here. Now, it was identified as a De Ruyter. Right. Okay. I mean, she's got a 4-6 maneuverability, which ain't bad. She's well armed, for the most part. I mean, those 15 centimeter guns ain't no joke there. It just seems a little bit strange to have it out there. I don't know if she actually has a... well, it's listing their capacity to... yeah, capacity to... So she may very well actually have search planes, well, naval search planes. Float planes, I suppose, would be the word there. So that could be a good reason why he would send the De Ruyter out there to actually have that capability to search, which would make sense in that case. And I'm gonna hope that is indeed the case. If he's going for that, then that works out fine. You guys are going to be happy, by the way. Let's see, where is it? Ah, no, where is it? Let's see. I finally bought the full version of Epic Pen. So I've actually got the upgrades now. So let me just get this open over here. Pin to taskbar. There we go. So I can actually draw arrows now. Holy shit. Yeah, 6-inch guns. Could be out for stroll indeed. Yeah, so if we take a look over here. Ah, gonna have arrows. So what we're gonna do then is have... Look at that, that is amazing. Oh, I'm so impressed. Worth a $25 there for that one. It just makes it significantly easier to explain things. So we're gonna arrive at this position over here then, roughly. And then the question's gonna be, how do we move from that point onwards? What I'm gonna say is, let's see. Let's get the actual... There we go. Okay. So what we want to do here then is figure out the actual range. Oops. We want to be at least 5 hexes, maybe a little bit further out than that. 7 hexes works fine, gives us range over to the coast there, which is okay. It gives us range over the coast, but it means that we're not able to be... Well, we're not likely to be hit there. So what we're going to want to do then is move from... this position, so about that position there, Which is doable. That one's definitely doable. And then I think from that point... I'm gonna say from that point, really, it's gonna be a case... Whoops, right there. You can definitely tell that's not an arrow. Yeah, it's gonna be a case of just moving out this way. I think what we'd like to do then is, we'll split the carrier group probably around about this point here, really. You're too far north there. Okay. We could go for a little bit closer then, perhaps. So this game, is it kind of like a less user-friendly Hearts of Iron? I mean, there are similarities to Hearts of Iron. It is like from a... I suppose the actual approach, like Hearts of Iron, well, 3, 2, sorry, Hearts of Iron 2, 3, and 4, etc. Like, that is a little bit more zoomed out than War in the Pacific, because obviously you are able to directly control your nation. It's like in Grigsby's War in the Pacific, you're not the supreme leader of a nation, you are like the supreme... I suppose it's like if you were playing the US, you're like playing the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and if you're playing as the Japanese, you kind of take on the role of like Yamamoto, I don't know, you might be like the Hideki Tojo, maybe? Maybe like the War Minister. But then again, obviously it wasn't the War Minister making these sort of decisions, so imagine that you're like the supreme commander of the different branches there. Oh, further away, okay. Ah, right, yeah. I mean, obviously our path that we do need to hunt is gonna be about that. Something like that sort of area, isn't it? So we want to have... Well, we'll say we're approaching, yeah, something like that. Maybe. Yeah, we'll figure that one out. I think for the most part, we're just gonna get past the island of Beamer there, which I don't think is gonna be any sort of issue. But it's one of these things, I'm hoping that we don't have a Coast Watcher report. That would be nice. Yeah, you're welcome there, Jack, yes. Or Drink, yes. Welcome to stream, by the way. It's good to have you on board, my man. Yeah, so, we'll get the carriers moving first and foremost. Just make sure they're set up right. Fatigue's not too bad here. I'm going to up the amount of combat patrol to about 30% there. I think 30% ease for the most part adequate. Soon we're going to have the casino at Baldwab. What I'd like to do is get the casino moved out towards like Kandari more than likely. The reason being I want to be able to rearm on the front lines, or at least near the front lines, and that would be very, very helpful. Oh, how you doing there, Racer, my man? Welcome to stream. Whereabouts in the US are we talking about here? Okay, they're running way too much in the region of combat patrol. How many carriers does the US have at this point? Yeah, Infinite says they're about 6. Something, yeah, around that sort of region there. He does have some additional carriers in the form of the British carriers. Oh, cool, Oregon. That's awesome. Yeah, no, the drone tools are awesome. Don't worry about it, Rainbow Slash, she will do. So these guys that escort in Task Force 98, they could do with rest, actually. They've got about 27 fatigue. The fatigue of the aircraft ain't too terribly bad. It's more so the fatigue of the actual pilots. It's not massive, but it's not something I'd really like too much. So what we'll do here, then, is... I'll set it to 70-30. It's only a small amount of combat patrol there, but what I want to do is just make sure we have some combat patrol from the actual squadron, but having the majority of them rest for the time being. Right. These guys are using bombs, aren't they? Yeah, sure. The Hornet gets transferred from the Atlantic in April. Okay. So 2 more zeros will be online soon enough. That's quite a bit of damage there on that one. Yeah, 2 days until we have the other zeros. The good news is we have a lot of fresh aircraft now. That's really very handy. I love that about 40%. We know he has aircraft in the actual area. We don't need to be too terribly afraid of them, but we know that there are, well, they are out there. What's the British presence like in the region? Oh, World War, right, okay. Well, the British are a pain in our... Well, yeah, they're a thorn for the time being. They are dangerous, but the thing is, it's like, you've got to imagine, this is 1942, and the British have got enough to deal with in the Atlantic for the most part. There is a sizable British presence out this way, but it's nothing like what the British would have been able to contribute to the battle had they not had to deal with the Germans, really. They're quite spread out. I mean, the German bloody U-boat campaign really kind of keeps them bottled up for the most part in the Atlantic. Okay. We're going to be crossing the Causeway at Singapore soon enough, actually. I'm going to wait for the 48th Division to arrive, and then I think then we're going to attempt to cross the Causeway. The reason being, I don't want to lose too much in the way of time. I want to really cause a siege to accelerate there. The good news is he has appeared. It appears he's moved out the vast majority of his actual aircraft here, which is good news. So the question comes down to what I want to do here then. Do I want to keep on sweeping? And I'm going to say probably yes. The issue is if we don't and he runs a long-range combat air patrol and we're complacent, then we'll take a lot of casualties. I don't know where he is at the moment, so I think what we're going to be doing then is running reconnaissance across more than likely Sumatra. I mean, what we'll do then is, what do you actually have at the battle? We know he had Iceycromes, we know he had P-40Es. Yeah, we've actually seen the Hermes. Well, not seen the Hermes directly, but we did shoot down a number of herd swordfish. Luckily. Right. Oh, yeah, it had been last turn, Ben. I'm looking for combat report vows from the turn previous, really. I tell you, sometimes the actual turns, like, sort of blend into one, really, when they're very close together. But we know that we downed a blow against, like, Iceycromes and P-40Es. So I think what we'll do then is we'll look for the range of the P-40Es, and that'll give us an idea of what we're going to be dealing with. So, Allied aircraft. Or even the H-81s, is it? Oh, the Hurricanes as well. So we'll take a look at the Hurricanes. Was it 2A, either 2A or 2B? I think it was 2B. Right, okay. So we're looking with drop tanks, 6 hexes, 7 hexes there. So we'll go with that one for the time being. How you doing there, Panko? Good to have you, my friend. P-40Es. Right. Well, there's the P-400 Iceycrome. So 6 hexes there with the drop tanks. P-40Es. About 6 hexes. So what we'll do then is we'll assume around about 7 hexes then is probably where he sent his aircraft. It's got to be about that sort of range from Singapore. Now they could be at Medan. He might have transferred them out to Medan. They might be around this sort of area. So I think what we're going to do is going to run reconnaissance over these different bases over here as much as we can do. He's got to send them to a sizable airfield. Like, Medan's a possibility. I mean, Sabang isn't too terribly likely, but I think we'll run reconnaissance in general. Palembang. I mean, Palembang might be the likely option. It is 7 hexes away. It would be the most likely option. The good news, though, is if he's going to be running a long-range combat air patrol from some distance, then the operational losses is going to turn on him. Though, I mean, this is it. He is going to be over a friendly base. He may be quite lucky, but I think the thing is with him flying that long-range combat air patrol, it should be suitably punishing against him, which is going to be quite nice. Okay. So let's see what we have in terms of reconnaissance then. So we do have our Dinos running the naval search, which is great. So I have got room for additional squadrons over here, which is very nice. I'm almost tempted to actually upgrade the airfield. I always feel quite tempted by that. It might be worthwhile doing, but I don't think it's really necessary. Like, we do have other airfields over here that would be useful, so I'll make use of them, really. Let's take a look. Right, 77 aviation support here, we require 50, so not bad there. Midri and Kuala Lumpur. Okay, we'll have you transferred over that way. These guys over here, well, they look to be like all the surface assets that I had over here, which is interesting. Oh, you're playing Star Sector? Man, I'm jealous. Yeah, he's evacuating. See, the thing is now, we could potentially take a risk and begin to move surface forces into the area itself. Into those waters, which I feel we could probably get away with. Though I do want to get some reconnaissance first and foremost, though. Right, so I've got a KI-15 over here. I really don't have many of these guys. I mean, it's probably going to be the yeah, we'll be upgrading them to the Dinas, really. But not right now. If it's usable, it's usable, so I'll make use of it. Fatigue's fine. Range is... yeah, so definitely usable. So what we're going to do here then is I'm going to run some reconnaissance, so stand down here. So we'll start from the north and make our way down then. That's 12 hectares away, so that's too far. Right, so I'm looking for areas with actual airfields then. Well, Padang could be an idea. Well, in fact, what I'm going to do here then is run reconnaissance over this base. We've seen things coming out over there. Yeah, I've got Star Sector. I might do some Star Sector after this, actually. Jesus Christ, first 6 months. Christ. He's leaving the Dutch East Indies because of the capture of Kandari means he has to get everything through the Osthaven-Merrick Strait. Yeah, this is it, really. I mean, this is why we wanted to shut down this area as soon as possible. So having the MKB move in this area, I think it would be nice. It would be very much a case of, well, if you move it out there, there's a good chance it is going to be destroyed by the Mini-Kadabatai, which would be nice. We need the 22nd Air Flotilla in position. Once they're in position here at Johor Bahru, I can really try and shut this area down. Anyone here not have Star Sector? Yeah, I mean, I had that game when it was Starfarer, so I've had it a while. I had to rebuy those, so I forgot where my old copy was. Right, let's take a look at the G3s. We've got the G3s, we've got the G4s as well. So they're at 6 fatigue. We're looking at about 15 here. They're resting for the time being. So the thing is, we could launch the G3s. I mean, the good news is I can launch the G3s, G4s, and actually have them escorted out by more than likely, even like KF-43s or something of that nature. Speaking of KF-43s, let's see. How you doing there, Battle Group? Good to have you, my man. Alright. Yeah, we do have a few of these actually in the pool. And we should have some of these guys. Yeah, so it's 15 bears, so that's ample. I really do like the 1C, so we'll upgrade these guys here then. The good news is it means that we still have the 1As in the pool, but there's really not many, is there? Okay, and upgrade you. Just about enough there, which is nice. Okay. So what we'll do then is we'll take another squadron and have them upgrade with the K-43-1As. Right, so the 3rd Air Division's in place. Now, there is torpedo ordnance here. I don't know if it will be functional without the entire unit over here. We have been flying them out, I do believe. Let's see, are we actually going to see that in the operations log? They should be flying them out. No, you're flying supply missions. You should have been there. It must have been another unit then. Or it may be that they can't actually transport them. What's actually right, motorized support, yeah. Motorized support we can't shift via aircraft. We have to shift that via ship. Which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But it'll not take too long, really. Be able to get them moving out pretty quickly. The good news is I haven't actually got anything loaded up here, so that's excellent. And so what I'm going to do then is have these guys loaded upon the fast transporter, then we can at least get them moving out quickly. I'm going to have the other assets moved over, but I want to have the actual HQ move over very quickly. It's a little bit of a waste to have them take the fast ship, but I want to get them over there soon. So, there we go. Verified load, get them moving. Yeah, it shouldn't take them long to get them over here as well. So, have them sent to Kotobaru. There we go. So, what I'll be doing as well is the actual air division, which is really great, by the way. Like, actually having an air division is fantastic. Oh, so if they've actually got the torpedo, right, okay, well that's fantastic then. That's very good news. Yeah, well this is great news then. I mean, to be honest, what I'd like to do is actually get the air division moved into a better position, really. It's not doing me any good in that area. What is the range on the air divisions? Is it 4 hexes? So, I might have it shifted over here to Malacca, then it'd be able to allow me to use a lot of these bases, actually. Which would be very nice. I'll have the 22nd Air Flotilla shifted over here, but having the actual division probably in Malacca would be nice. Is it about 4 hexes range? I'm sure you'll be able to tell me that, Infinite. It's something about that range, then, anyway. So, in fact, what I'm going to do then... Yeah. Oh, right, command radius 4. Alright, fantastic. Alright, that's awesome then. Okay, what I'm going to do then is actually get them packed up strategically. We'll have them shifted over here to Malacca, which would be fantastic, actually. So if we have them shifted to Malacca, that brings pretty much all the bases in the region. Yeah, we can make use of them all there. Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. So we'll get the air division deployed down here to Malacca. Hey, you got a Pepsi? Oh, dude. Make him jelly. Yeah, that'd be great. Having the 22nd here, though, will help us out. I'm probably going to be running the fighters from Johor Bahru. Ooh, cinnamon tea sounds nice. That does sound nice, actually. And do we check the ship sighted last turn near Canton? I'd be... Oh, Canton Island, right. Okay, I thought you meant like by Canton. I'm like, I'd be really quite shocked. Okay. Canton. We're not seeing anything at the moment. We also did see it around about here in the previous turn, but it's actually slipped. We know there were some ships over here, but we've not been able to capture them. I'm not moving closer to Pearl Harbor. Now, we'll get Malaya sorted, and welcome very much there. Well, welcome there, Carl, by the way. Right. The question comes down to when do we move the bombers. I think I'm going to move the bombers from the ones that I hit in Wenkau. I think I'm going to have them shifted over. They're either going to be shifted over here to Luzon, but I think it is going to be we shift them over here to Malaya. He's shifted his aircraft, so he's abandoned the largest airfield he has in the region, which is really quite good. It gives us something to work with there. The fact that there's still some damage on the airfield, like, it's not much in the way of damage, and it might not even be accurate, but the fact that there's even any damage there is really nice. Is it possible to capture Pearl Harbor? You can capture Pearl Harbor, but yeah, you kind of have to prepare for it from the first day of the war, and you kind of have to give up on invading the Philippines for a little while. But it can be done. It is hard. It is very hard. Well, it is hard enough, but it can be done. Ooh, salted caramel. That's amazing. Yeah, Yorkshire breakfast is a good tea. Right. So I've got these demons over here, and are they really doing me any good out here? I might have these guys redeployed to Kendari, to be honest. I mean, their range of 10 hexes is superb. Do we have anything else in the area that can actually perform this? Let's roll. So I've got these KI-59s, and I need to make use of them in some fashion. These KI-15s over here, like, I need to get them shifted out. They're not doing me that much good out there. Like, yeah, that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to redeploy these assets then. The Dina's, it'd be nice to have them in the region over here. The reason being that it would help us deal with the submarines over here. And the good news is, I mean, part of our defense in this area is just having so much moving. But he's going to be flooding this area here with submarines very shortly. That's more than likely going to happen. Right, okay. So, I think I must have forgot to... Yeah, I think this is one of the older saves, but that'd be okay. So what I'm going to do then is set up a single mine layer force here. You should transfer your netties to Kendari this turn. Yeah, I could probably get away with that, really. Right, you can lay mines here. You're going to disband into the port there. Let's see. So I've got the APDs over here then. So what I'm going to do then is, let's see. So I've got this company here. That could be moved very quickly. Let's see, what do we actually have here in the port itself? Yeah, there's not full units here as of yet. Yeah, the vast majority is over there at Valdoarp, it seems. Are they? Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's the third, right, okay, that does make sense then. So let's see, what do we have over here then? So I've got the patrol boats that are in position now, which is good. The Yasukuni, Maru, and Bikashino has arrived, which is awesome. See, it'd be worthwhile getting them moving out here, to be honest. Yeah, your crew speed there isn't fantastic. This is a very important ship. I think she's the only one I have at the moment. It would be worthwhile getting it to Kendari, because I could actually rearm at Kendari then, and that would make it'd make a massive, massive difference. And having some submarine tenders there would be great as well. We'd actually have the ability to really... I mean, Kendari would be a proper base then. 18 November order. Has the torpedo transport with supposedly HQ went down? I mean, it got bombed, but it did in fact go down, yes. Unfortunately, it did go down. So I'm a little bit hesitant about sending something like this out there. It may be worthwhile to keep it here at Valdoarp. But it would obviously do a lot more out there at Kendari. Anyway, we lost an element of it. We can replace it. We don't have anything at Canton yet. Where do you think his Singapore aircraft went? India, Java. They're probably on Sumatra. Probably around this area. I'll finish up over here in Malaya first. I always end up getting like a little bit sidetracked. So I'm going to have the Tojos. I've set them to actually escort over here at Singapore. The reason is I feel like it's going to be running some sort of long-range combat patrol, so I don't want to get lured into force and security as of yet. Right, so then we're in reconnaissance there over that base. I've got a few dealers over here, actually. Okay, you're running reconnaissance over Singapore. We'll start from the top then at Sabang, so we'll run reconnaissance over there at Sabang. What I'm going to do is break up this unit over here. 10,000 feet will be fine. What's your actual range? Is it 11? Oh, 11, there we go, awesome. I mean, there's an airfield there, so I think we will have to search it. They might be at Medan, or... I'm going to say more than likely they're at Palembang. Run reconnaissance there as well. So what else is there? There's no airfield there, which is good news. Right, so we're going to cover all these bases here then. More or less. So I've got the Yokosuka over here, obviously our paratroopers. I mean, in fairness, actually running reconnaissance is not a bad idea over those bases. At least then we might be able to figure out where we could potentially use our paratroopers. I'm not expecting the paratroopers to play a major role as of yet, because the thing is, it's like we could potentially move over there to Sumatra, but I've got to have the means to actually follow it up, and that one's a little bit harder, at least at this moment in time. Right. I suspect Burma, we finally saw his B-17s over a Thai unit, so my guess is we'll prep them to defend Burma. Well, yeah, that's it, really. He could very well be moving into Burma as suggested. Like, I do need additional units over here on the Burma front, which is why I wanted to get the actual siege started at Singapore. So we're waiting on the 48th Division to arrive. Once that does arrive, then we are going to begin to move upon Singapore. I've got the 21st Division that's going to be moving out. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is it then. So if he's actually going for something like that, he may have to base in Sumatra and then move out. So we'll search these bases in the northern tip. If we can find some more reconnaissance, I'll look down here as well. They've got to be somewhere in the area. Okay. But what I'm going to do here then is move some G3s or G4s into that area. I'm going to probably use G3s. I'm going to leave that G3 squadron over there. They are doing a important job. I need to sink these guys over here. So we'll let them do that. So I've got the G4M1s over here then. So they'll do a good job. So if we actually take a look then, G4's over there. Yeah, we need more aviation support over here for damn sure. The port has actually expanded to size 4, which is superb. We do need some fuel over here though. We have some fuel that's going to be moving out from Formosa soon, so that's really good news. Yeah, so they're going to head to Babadoab. That's fine. Retirement is allowed then, so once you do arrive, head back to the cow. Yeah, you're kind of the engineers over there. You're headed back to Japan. These guys as well. They're heading to go upgrade, really. You're going back to repair. It's going to take them a long, long time to get back. Right. So we'll disband you into Guam. There's a few of them actually over here then, so that's good news. I know a lot less about the Allied Order of Battle than I do about Japanese Order of Battle. Yeah, probably. So what we're going to do then is... I'm going to have the... have you move over to Tinian. Auto disband once you do arrive at Tinian. The torpedo boat over here I'm going to make use of. When do you actually upgrade? So you upgrade later on in the year, which is great. But it makes a escort, which is fine. Have that sent to the Baldoir for the time being. Right, you're moving to Tinian. You're already at Saipan. I'm going to have you move to Began. And when you do arrive there, just auto-disband. Okay. Yeah, you were the one who took supplies over there to Wake. He's still patrolling around Wake. The good news is he's not going to be able to do jack shit about it. There is a submarine in the port there. I don't think you'll be able to get access to it. Where it's being docked up. I need to figure out where we're going to move our assets. But I'm going to... Yeah, I think we move the G4s then this turn. They can actually serve as the naval surge. I was considering actually moving the H6K4s out here, but no. We'll move the G4s. They can do a good job. Get them moving over there. So moving to Kendari. Yeah, I mean, that 17 hexes of range is just... it's amazing. Now, if we take a look at that... Soribaya is about 15 hexes away, so that's actually quite good. I mean, once we get the ability, I'd like to potentially move up to Makassar. Yeah, their fatigue. Their fatigue is about 18. Well, actually, we're not going to be running this turn anyway, are we? So we'll have them stood down to rest. Thank you for reminding me there. Yeah, so when they're ready next turn, we'll be able to make some good use of them. But it'd be handy to have them there in position, because at the end of the day, we need to know what's actually going on in the area. Like, our operational understanding of this area is like a pinhole. Like, well, it's like a keyhole, isn't it, really? Like, we really don't know what's going on in the wider area. We do have a little bit of an idea, but it's harder beyond the immediate area. What I need to do then is get the third moving out from over here, actually. I do want this moving out. Really do. There's still a good amount of supply here as well, which is nice. So let's figure this out, then. Do I have anything else that can move any assets? Yeah, we've actually got quite a bit over here, which is excellent. Right. Great. Well, that's really good, then. So let's take a look at things that aren't in task forces. I do have the Awata Maru. I think it's like, these these are really nice assets. This is it. What can run a fast transport mission? Carry natural men. It looks like it's probably going to be the AMC, really, isn't it? Yeah. Which, yeah, it is what it is. At least they'd be able to get out and about. I wish I had, to be honest, for the first time, I wish I had something slower. Right, so we'll move the third there. I'm going to have them move some supplies as well. So, I should go back there. Yes, I can just about fit it on there. Right. See, this is it. Like, you should be used elsewhere, to be honest. So what I'll do then is take you out. Well, I'll leave you behind, actually. Okay. I think what we'll do then is actually get them moving in towards Kendari. We do have time to move them out of danger if the danger is too great. I'm hoping that soon we'll be able to have enough in the way of actual naval search to be able to defeat most of the threats here in the area. Which would be great. I don't know. I feel nervous about moving the... Sort of ease, isn't it? Yeah, that's true, but it's like I want to have, well, what I'll do then is I'll take the other one there, then the Hayate can actually escort the, AMC. Okay, and that's a fair escort there. And what's the actual cruise speed here then? Okay, well, it doesn't look too bad then. Yeah, it looks about right, so that's okay. So that home port's going to be Kendari. The good news is, if I can actually get these guys in there, especially the casino, then that is just amazing. It would allow me then to rearm, for the most part, basically, all but the largest guns, which is superb. Okay. Yeah, so we've got the third, so that's the company, actually. I think I'll have them move into Makassar this turn, actually. Yeah, they're set to amphibious, so that's fantastic. Yeah, so move them out that way. They might take a little bit of damage, but at least they'll actually arrive once the base is actually just, well, taken, so... Yeah. I've got to get them in there. Yeah, we'll get them moving in there. It means then that I have the APDs available for other uses. I think I'll have them escorted by the APDs then. A larger ship would be nice, but we'll be moving upon Kopang with this force over here then. So they're going to head out down to Kopang. So once Kopang is under our control then, it does give us a base that actually is out here. Well, not just on the Timor Sea, but actually out into the Indian Ocean as well. So it gives us a point that we can actually fall back to if needs be. Right, so they're heading back. Well, these guys are going to be heading back. I could keep these guys in position, but I don't know, is it really worthwhile doing so? It might be, as, well, I don't know, but well, then again, this is one of these things, isn't it? Like, do we move them back? And I will more than likely come under air attack. The thing is, I don't have a huge amount of fuel in the area. I think what I'm going to do here then is I'm going to take the Ki-43-1B squadron. I was hoping I could actually break them up, actually. Yeah, so some of them in Johor Bahru in Ki-27s. Well, yeah, but they're already loaded. And they're moving fairly quickly enough. Might see if I've got a warship to head into that force there, really. I was hoping for a light cruiser, but we don't have one. I need some fuel here, really. Okay, so the 64th Sentai. So I've got them escorting Tassos 98. If I was to set them, just have them set on long-range combat air patrol, would they potentially intercept elsewhere? Yeah, that's true. It's just obviously one of these things, isn't it? Like, we need the fuel there now, really. Yeah, so I was wondering if I don't actually target the task force directly, I think they should still fly. It's one of these things of like, I don't want to just be escorting one task force and then another one be hit. I would divide this unit if I was able to do so. It's a little bit irritating when I can't, kind of limits me to a degree there. Yeah, so it's at the commander's discretion then, so I think that's the best bet there. I'll give them the drop tanks, and then at least they do have... Well, they've got a long... Well, they're quite long-legged then, aren't they? Okay, you're moving southeast. We'll say about that. And the good news is at least these guys are still loading, so they're not going to be ready to move immediately. Well, yeah, potentially so to take turn out. I mean, we've got troops that are on their way over here, which is good news. I've got another set over here that can be, so we can move upon turn out. This turn, actually. Oh, they're in cargo, aren't they? God damn it. Are these guys loaded in, they're in strategic mode. Okay, that's irritating. Okay, so those guys are going to have to move into Manadao anyway. Yeah, so, alright, but that is what it is then, really. At least with the base seized over here, we are good to go. Yeah, but in actual combat mode, let's see, have them plan for turn up. I was hoping that we'd retain some of that planning bonus, but oh well. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah, so they're going to be heading there. 2 days before they arrive then. These guys are heading back. I'll have them head down here to Kandari, to be fair. I wish I'd said Manadao, actually. We know he has plenty of submarines in the area, that's the issue here. Yeah. I'll have them head out towards Kandari for the time being. Well, actually, no, I'll have them head towards Manadao for the time being. I'll use them to supply the other land into the area, really. Yeah, they can head out that way. I'll tell them to not unload, actually. We're gonna have a decent amount of supply there in that area. I mean, also, I'll have to get it moving out. I might, yeah, you know what? We'll have these guys head down to Kandari, actually. That'd be worthwhile. Yeah, supply to Kandari then. Alright, we'll have it all moved to Kandari then. It's a good point there, really. Have them based out there. I mean, he's gonna know something's definitely on. Oh dear. Right, so we're gonna have that squadron's gonna be very busy here. They are running long-range combat patrols, so that's something at least. I think they came from Ambon. I'm not entirely certain where they did come from. So I was thinking about actually having these APDs. I mean, the thing is, I want to move upon the base at Ambon, but I am conscious of the fact that we do need to secure these bases, but we will have supply nearby at Kandari, so it might even be worthwhile to do that. Ah, thank you very much for that infinite. Really appreciate it, my man. Thank you. Right. Yeah, heading out that way. We're going to have a decent amount of supply here, which is going to be extremely useful. I think what we'll do then is, the way we'll approach the situation is, we'll take these key bases, but then I am going to look towards taking Balapapan. I think Denpasar is going to be really, we're going to have them, well, I need that base really for taking Java. Yeah. I love that you can actually tag things ASMR, like, maybe one day it'll actually work. I might have to do it in the, like, the just chatting category and then, like, yeah. Oh, dear. See, King of the Hill, that's a show I need to watch, actually. I started watching it, but it was really good, but I don't know, you kind of, like, miss things sometimes. Get busy with other stuff, really. Okay, so we do have Ki-27s over here, actually. A lot of Ki-27s. Hell of a lot of them. Yeah, I think this is the right time for me to shill here. So, this is my time to shill, guys. So if you guys do enjoy my content, please do consider becoming a patron of mine. Makes a massive difference, and there's plenty of rewards available, so I'm got nothing to lose there, really, hey? I need some sweet Patreon cash to buy books and get a new artwork commissioned. Actually, I do want to get a new print commissioned actually at some point. That'd be cool. Ideally, when we have an actual victory, it'd be nice to have a print commission for a victory. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, we do have the ability to dive in deep here. As far as it goes, well... Right, let's see. This is where I'm going to bring the new drawing tools into action here. Right, hold on to your horses here, guys. It's going to get wild. Shit. Okay, well, that kind of my bad. Okay, so I kind of... I'm going to have to learn how to do this. There we go. Okay. Damn. So I'm still getting used to these guys. Still getting used to it. Okay, so this is more than likely where the Allied task forces are operating. We previously did see them. They were kind of like out in this area over here, weren't they? Well, we engaged with Hermes around about this sort of area. It was around about here, really. He obviously then did pull back. Now, we've seen the Jupiter around about here. We saw the De Ruyter and 2 destroyers about there as well. He could be obviously evacuating here. I don't know, the question comes down to like what direction he's actually heading. And the De Ruyter was to the south there, which was rather intriguing. Yeah. I do wonder what he's actually up to. That's really what's on my mind at the moment. It'd be strange to go south, though. It would be strange to go south. I think what he's doing here, then, is... I think those guys are in ASW. That's my thoughts on it at the moment in time, really. I think they're in ASW in this area, because obviously there are submarines here. I'm actually going to reorganize those submarines' path and just keep it changing each turn, really. Keep him on the ball there. We do see the small allied task force over here. It's composed of supposedly 3 ships. Now, I don't know what that could be. It could be a bit of bait to some degree, or he might be just desperate to get things out of here, and it's understandable. He hasn't seen the Minikadipatai. It's been revealed to him that the Minikadipatai here is due to the fact that we did have some aircraft actually running long-range combat patrol over Mikasa. So he knows they're in this area now. So obviously they're going to be moving out here as well, aren't they? I think it is really quite important for us to get into this sort of area here, just to really try and trap his assets. It's not going to be long until we actually have the ability to run G4s and G3s with torpedoes out from here, which is going to be amazing. Like, as soon as I actually have the ability to do that, it really does completely change the dynamics in the area. He's gotten too used to being able to move freely here, and we are going to change that. Once he does find that his actual ability to move in the area is confined, because as far as it goes, he really only has the ability to move in about, like, that area for the time being. Obviously a little bit more. I'm trying to really make use of this actual upgrade. Let's see. I've got a square. Wow. Look at that. Fucking professional level now. Hold shift to draw square. There we go. I actually kind of like the squares, to be fair. I mean, the straits over here is going to be slammed shut soon enough. Right, what we're going to do then is, let's see. How much aviation support have I got over here? So I've got to bear in mind that I might have these other air bases bombed, but he hasn't shown... He hasn't done that as of yet. See, the aircraft stack level is pretty high there, so I can't really move anything. What's the actual aviation support, though? 49.77. I could probably do a move in one of these units out then to another base. So we'll have you move out over here then for the time being. Do I actually have any... There is an airfield over here, to be fair. Temla. I've got the headquarters moving down that way, so what I'll do then... Actually, saying that this is a koi, I'm going to have that move to Kotobaru. The reason being I can actually have that shipped out elsewhere. So what I'm going to do then is I could have you move to Temla. It is a little bit far away, though, to be fair. I mean, that's only a size 1 airfield, to be fair. So we'll have you move over here to Temla then. At least then that's going to be additional aviation support in the region. Just additional air bases, really. We're actually making some solid progress over here at Kwantan, which is great news. I could potentially fly out here from Kwantan. Yeah, I could fly some aircraft out from here. I think there's a certain point at which you can't actually fly, and it might be at that point. I'd have to look on... Yeah, look up actual airfield damage. Like, we might not be able to fly anything for the time being, but it is potentially worthwhile just to actually use it to house aircraft, perhaps. Yeah, something to bear in mind, really. Okay. Right, so there's additional capacity here at Johor Bahru. Kota Bahru then, let's see. Aircraft stack's fine. Right, I'm going to transfer you down to Johor Bahru. The reason being I want to have that naval search in this area. I really want to make sure he's not running anything up this way or up this way. So I'd like to make sure we do have the ability to run naval search out here. So I think what we'll do then... I mean, I could run the bombers from Kota Bahru. The thing is, obviously, I want to take into... It's the operational losses I want to try and avoid for the most part. So what do we have here at Johor Bahru then? Sorry, Kota Bahru. So 191 at the moment. Obviously that's going to be shifting soon, but it's not bad. I can shift things out easily enough. Yeah, these squadrons have taken a bit of a beating, haven't they? So those are the two ways. And we have the 1Cs over here. Am I working? Right, so I'm working on expanded that airfield. It's going to take some time to do it. The good news is we do have 184 engineers there, so it's not too bad. Not too bad, really. Now, ideally, he doesn't actually know what's on the actual rail line there. He'll more than likely see, like, three Japanese units. So he may not attack. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. I'm hoping that we can just keep those men moving. And kind of be the dream at the moment. Okay. I could move a lot of these fighters out for the most part now. The question is where. I'm going to have you transferred out to Nagasaki for the time being. Are we not able to do that? Oh, it's part of Southern Army, okay. Why is it... Oh, no, sorry, actually, should have been transferred, man. Yeah, there we go. Right, what I'm going to do is take these squadrons here. You're part of the China Expeditionary Force. I might not be able to transfer you out. Okay. Right, I'll transfer you out to Canton. The reason being I can run combat air patrol over the 38th. We could potentially even sweep that base out, Verniquaid, but I don't think there's really any reason for that one. I just need them out of the way for the time being, to be honest. And he's been bombing them, so if there's an opportunity, then we might as well try and take it. I don't think I even need the drop tanks, to be fair. Yeah, potentially so. And the good news is obviously that they're in strategic mode and they're already on the rail line, so they should move. So that'd be great news if they could actually do that. At least they'd be able to escape. Like, I've got a regiment. I don't imagine it's very much all of them we're dealing with there. Okay, I'll move the other one out to Canton as well then. Yeah, both China Expeditionary. Actually, we'll have them both from that long-range combat patrol. It'd be nice if we could actually get a surprise on him there. Yeah, I mean, this is it. We might have to do that with Wenkao. We'll see. It is going to take some time to break it down, but it can be done, really. It's just that terrain that makes it hard. I think he will run out of supply here soon enough. Okay. We're making good progress over here. The 8th Armored Company is making excellent progress. I really wish I could divide this unit. Alright, so they'll arrive in 2 days. I might be able to actually reform the 60th Division then, potentially. That'd be quite good. As we'll have them rest and train for the time being then. Then I should really move out elsewhere. It's not doing me any good here. I surely can't move there. Yeah, I thought so. So we'll get you moving. I could have you picked up by a ship, to be fair, but it seems a bit of a waste just to have them picked up. Is even a port? There is a port, actually. I suppose we'll keep them there. I could take one of the actual ships on the way over. On the way down here, the Yangtze, and have it moved up north. That'd be fine. I'm going to have that army HQ move out here to... What's the actual command distance? Command radius is 1. Okay, that was actually great. I'll have it move out here to Changhsa then. Okay, overcapacity here. I'm going to have this unit move into Manchuria. I want to try and boost the AV a little bit more just to make sure we have that. Right, we've got the artillery moving down here to Shanghai. I'm going to be quite interested to see what route they do take, but I do want to get them moving out that way. Obviously, they don't belong with the actual 38th, they need to be moved out elsewhere. I've got that base force there, and really they're needed elsewhere. It's a very nice base force as well, very nice base force. Good few tankers over here, actually. Okay, so I do need a actual escort, so I need a ship over here to actually escort them. I'll take one of these destroyer minesweepers, actually. In fact, I'll take... I could probably take them all, really. Right, I'll have them move over to Samar. Right, in fact, just take half of them. So I'll take the ones that have low fuel. They can head into Canton. They can refuel then as well, and obviously they'll be able to, well, escort the 38th. Looking at 12 days there. Yeah, 12 days. Yeah, so we're going to have some ships finished off tomorrow then, which is good news. 16 days for a lot of these guys, but it looks like these guys... I think these are the ones having their cargo bays converted to carry troops as well. Yeah. The thing with Wenkao is it's hard due to its actual terrain there. Right. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to get the Ki-21s. We've been bombing it long enough. Like, those troops aren't going to be in a great situation. It's going to be a case of just bleeding them with supplies. This road over here is going to be shut in the near future. I don't think they've been receiving any supplies anyway. I think they are just at a point at which they're not going to have anything. I really don't think they're going to have anything. At least to hold out for a long time. I think when it comes to actual priorities, like, they're not doing me any good out here. So we'll get them moving into Malaya. I could even potentially use them at Luzon, which, like, I'd love to say Bataan, but Bataan isn't going to mean that much compared to Singapore, so I think they need to go to, Johor Bahru. Well, sorry, I'll send them to Kota Bahru to begin with. Is it too far? Right, so it looks like they're going to have to transfer then to more than likely Saigon first. Though, ideally I'd like to transfer them to one of these rail lines, so Bangkok would be great. How you doing there, Colin? Good to have you on board, my man. That's 29 hexes away, you should be able to manage that. Like, there is some aviation here, but the thing is, it matters that we have a rail line. Yeah, there's 36 aviation support there, so we can make use of that. Have them railed down, then, into Malaya. See, what we may do then is once we actually figured out where he's actually operating his, well, his aircraft actually from. And if the thing is, if he's actually pulling back wholesale, then that's fantastic, because that means that we're actually going to be able to bomb without that much in the way of worry. But I'd like to use some bombers to actually hit the airfields. If we find something, I'd like to go and hit it just to really try and drive home the amount of losses he's taken, really. Okay, have them shift out to Bangkok. We'll have them rest in Bangkok, and then once able, we can get them shifted down south. The important thing is, as long as we're on the rail lines, we are good to go. Right, so we'll just have them rest. Right, there we go. So that'll be helpful. I think as far as it goes, it's like, when Cal will fall, it's just going to take some time. Yeah. We've got to accept that it's going to be painful. I've got a lot more aviation support that's going to be moving out over here as well, which is great. So speaking of that, we'll get these guys to load that up. What can't be transported via ship, we'll just move it via these air transports then if we can do so. Yeah, Moonlight's 100%. I'll set all these guys to rest for the time being. I could try to find some heavy cruisers in the area then, perhaps. Wait a second, when did I just do that? Oh wow, okay, didn't mean to actually do that one. Okay, what we're gonna do here then. To be honest, I need the heavy guns really, don't I? So we'll keep a couple light cruisers and, well, saying that I do need a heavy cruiser, don't I? So we have the Mogami, okay, we'll keep a Mogami class over here. Though saying that, no, these guys should do well enough. The threat has diminished since he's moved his ships out of here, so then we are actually okay. So we'll have them based out there in Kuantan then. So that's fine. Return there. What I'll do then is I'll take the heavy cruisers over here then. We'll have them based out in Hong Kong or Shanghai. Well, Shanghai more than likely, yeah. We'll base them out in Shanghai then, and we'll have the 3 heavy cruisers, the 3 Megamis there, just bombard Wankou then. I suppose at the end of the day, if that is what it takes to take the base, then, yeah. I mean, I talk about having to accept pain, and this is it, really. I can't make much use of them elsewhere at the moment, can I? So, it's fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. What's the naval rearm in the area? So 510 there. Hong Kong. Shit, okay, yeah, no issues there at Hong Kong. Yeah. To be honest, they'll be able to make it. I can just share the fuel out there from the actual ship, so there's no issue there. Right, so we'll get them moving. That'll be good then. It's not as good as a battleship, but it's still... At the end of the day, it's artillery. It's additional artillery that it can't really fire back on for the most part, so that works for me, really. Aye. Right, I need to adjust these patrol patterns. I'm going to move them further out this way. I really don't want to get depth charged. I'll cover further out this way as well, due to the fact that the carriers will be round in here soon enough. Yeah, that's true. It's better than additional artillery. You can fire them without him hitting your LCUs. Well, this is it, isn't it? They can head over to Shanghai rearm, so yeah, that's fair enough. It's not going to be the end of the world if we have some damage there to that industry, so fair enough. Right, run them in that area. I was hoping that they would have given in a little bit easier, but the thing is, well, we attacked though and they wouldn't give in anyway, so no massive shock. I think I'm going to have these guys patrol here. The issue is, it's the shallow waters, and the shallow waters really do suck. Like, it really is just an invitation to get depth charge, to be honest. But I might just run them along this area for the time being. We know something is here. I suppose we just run them and then they've got to get through the actual gap, haven't they? We've managed it a few times. We should be able to manage it again. Right, you're already on low, so that's good news then. I just need additional ones out there. So the AV's there. These guys are patrolling. Okay. Yep. Submarine tender there. Patrol boats heading back there to grab additional supply. The Kit Army. And into Kwantan. You're taking resources home. Okay. What I'm going to do then, let's see. Okay, no, I'm going to keep them in position here for the time being. The reason is I don't really have anywhere I can send them at the time, well, for the time being, where there's aviation support, so I'll keep them there. These guys over here are part of 5th Air Division, which comes under the Southern Army. So I'd like them transferred out elsewhere, actually. I'd like to have them transferred, we'll say, Johor Bahru if they can, or Kota Bahru if they can make it. Too far, so we'll have to transfer them to Indochina. Can they make it to Bangkok? No, too far, so Saigon it is then. I mean, I could have them actually in China as well, to be fair, but... Yeah, I'll have them transferred to Saigon if they can make it. $28. Okay, you can make it to Cameron Bay then. A few sunlights over here then. So what are we looking at then? So we are below the stack here, which is fantastic. We're below the amount of aviation support required as well, so we're looking good there. I mean, we'll have the airfield expanded soon enough as well, so we'll be able to move in a lot more as well again in the near future. Let's make sure that they're all geared up correctly, man. So we observe about 3 units here then. We see about 4 units here. 32 here. I mean, 32, that's a hell of a number. I think what we are going to do then... See, the thing is, it's like... I was considering a deliberate attack here. I was considering just having the actual artillery bombard, but I think what we're going to do then... Sorry, Rainbow Slash sent me a meme here that's quite amusing actually. Fenifist, it's okay Haruna. Swordfish, torpedo bomber isn't real. He can't hurt you. Swordfish, torpedo bomber, you fucking dicks. Oh, fuck, it hurts still. That was legitimately funny, I like that. Funny fucker. Okay. I'm gonna go with a full bombardment again. I don't think we're really gonna have a as good of a chance of attacking a city as we do at Changhsa. And the thing is, once we move out here, then things become significantly easier. But it's not often that we'll have the time to really plan like we have over here. Now, if we take a look over here, then, so we've got some good planning for some units. Some units have some excellent planning there. Like 77, that's really nice. Let's take a look at the actual infantry there. So, yeah, it's in the 40s. The divisions have a little bit of planning, but not huge amounts. It is what it is, really. It is what it is. Yeah, it's a good point there that you actually make there, Quilla. I finally relented, and what we're going to do then is actually transfer from over here. I'm actually sending the Chokai, the Sazuya, the Kamano, to actually go and bombard out there at Wenkao. Oh shit. Yeah, freaking, it is irritating how it does that actually. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, thanks for letting me know about that one. Okay. So we've covered that then. So yeah, I agree with that one actually. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to be moving the 21st Division out. We are moving. What do I have here to service combat? So these are 2 destroyers here. Are they actually intended to escort? I think they are. I think I'll have them head on alongside. They're not going to be able to do any real good due to the fact that they don't have any ASW, but it'd be nice to actually get them down there, because I can use them to actually escort in the Dutch East Indies until they can be upgraded. There's a case to be made for actually just keeping them just in the rear, really, out of danger, just so they can actually survive to be upgraded. But I'd like to make use of them in some way, shape or form if we can do. Even if it's to just stop a submarine from poking its ugly head up, that'd be fine. Hmm. And I'll allow it then, Infinite. I use cash plan. Oh dear. Right. I don't know. I don't know what I did with the saves here. I feel like I did some of the stuff before, but I might not have actually saved it at the right time. But that's fine. So we're going to have them move into Mersing there to try and take the mines out. It'd be nice if I should make use of that. So if I take a look over here at Bangkok then. So at Bangkok we have... It's not that bad. They're stood down anyway, and the good news is... Yeah, we can move them down here. Via the rail line, so that's good news. So I think, as far as it goes, we have things more or less in hand here. Planning's excellent down here as well, which is great news. We're going to wait upon the 48th Division to arrive, and then we'll cross the Causeway. It's going to be painful, but at least we'll have 2 fresh divisions to come in then. That's moving out there. Now, the actual interesting thing is he may see this unit moving out here, and he may actually decide to attack. In which case, that'd be really nice. He could probably do some real damage, but we are building up fortifications. You can see here that the actual 33rd and 16th Division do have some fortifications. So you can see here, Imperial Japanese Army unit with 1 fort. So that's fine. It'll take as long as it takes, really. Like, there is some industry over here in Manila as well. Resources and supply being generated. That's a shitload of supply, actually, to be fair. Yeah, so there's no issues in regards to, like, actual supply usage. So the thing is, it's like, eventually we'll be able to starve him out here, so that's good news. So, we've got our orders sorted out here, then. So, these guys, they're going to move to Kendari, cancel the unloading process, move to Kendari. Disband once you do arrive at Kendari. Yeah... Really toying with the idea of keeping them out here, but I don't think it's essential, to be fair. If I keep consolidated at Kendari, at least there's no real surprises there, for the most part. So what we'll do then, I mean, we do need to have some sort of security. There is a time between actually having the naval bombers up, and we do not know what may happen, actually. So what we'll do then is have these guys set to retirement allowed, give them a... I'll give him a 3 hex radius to react to. MKB's moving out. 12 ships here. I think what I might do then is actually transfer some ships into the MKB. I think some of the destroyers really, the long-legged destroyers for the most part. Could be quite handy. Yeah, we'll take those 3. Have them merge. Probably might slow them down a little bit, but it's not really much of an issue, really. Okay. So we've covered Celibus then. So we've got all these assets moving in here. Your Dachi's over there, sorry, over there then. You're moving back. I don't know why it's set to replenish. There's no, like... Patrol that area then. I think having some mines there at Kendari would be really nice. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot moving in the area. I suppose what we'll do then, I mean, I considered using the APDs to take the bases in the area, but if there's nothing actually garrisoning them, it'll not take as long, and I can do that in the future anyway. I think we'll land at Ambon. And in fairness, what I could potentially do then is actually use... I could use the actual battleships to actually take on the guns at Ambon. At least they actually have the armor to soak up something like that. We'll just have to hope that we get lucky and none of these ships actually get damaged, but it's more than likely going to happen. Okay. How you doing, Vanity? Welcome aboard, my man. Welcome aboard. Right, so we do have 124th out here at Kotobaru, so I need to get these guys loaded. I think the thing is, it's like, we could either wait and have a unit load up. Well, I'm going to have to unpack them anyway, aren't I? Ah, it's irritating. Right, we'll have to wait then. But we're going to be moving on Sinkwang soon. Really very soon. The airfield's still damaged there. Oh, it's got 6-inch guns, okay. Well, that's something to bear in mind then. Well, what I might do then is actually have... I'll have these guys set towards Kendari for the time being then. But do not unload. And then I can have them link up then with actual... yeah, like a battleship. Like a battleship or two or something like that. And that'll be sufficient. Obviously I can get something else in the task force there as well, maybe. I mean, having a big bombardment would make a nice difference as well. I don't think it'd take much once we actually got ashore there, really. But I will need some supplies. Okay. So what we might do then is actually head over here to Kendari and load up supplies. I mean, are they full capacity? Yeah, I'm looking forward to when you arrive. I tell you what, for the sake of security over here for this force, I'm going to have them merge. They're going to be moving a similar speed anyway. Though actually, what we'll do then... I'd say Fuji and Hagi. They can escort the division in there. Yeah, I've got additional surface assets moving in as well, out of Cow and Vietago. Number of destroyers there as well. There's a lot moving into that area. There is a whole hell of a lot. 16th Army headquarters there. Naval Guard as well. See, the Naval Guard would be very nice, but I wouldn't want to risk something like these. There's a lot moving in, but there's just a whole lot moving in there. It is a continuous chain. See, the issue is, it's like he's going to have submarines there, but it's a difficult one. What I'm going to have to do then is really run patrol boats up and down here then as much as possible. I mean, what is the water's deep. What BBs do you have available? I've got... Over here, we have Yamashiro, Issei... Well, Issei, something like that. Hyuga. Over here, we do have Fuso. Fuso was annoyingly bloody damaged by a collision with one of our destroyers. Well, the destroyer actually bloody colliding with her, which was really irritating. So she's going to take some time to repair in the future. Yeah, Fuso's over here. And that's major damage, which is irritating. I can't really do anything about that. Okay. Yeah, leave them out there. See, Villa arrived next turn, which is fantastic, actually. Yeah, well, I can imagine his superiors would have given him quite the actual pasting there. I don't imagine he'd really come out of that without some sort of censure. Well, then again, it's one of these things, mistakes are made. So, he'd have a punishment, but, yeah, we'll have to keep him. So I think this area is really decided for the most part. We've rejiggered the submarines. They're patrolling here, then that's good. These guys are moving in as well. We've got the submarines still moving here. I mean, what I might do is actually have them patrol here, to be fair. Well, yeah, that's it, isn't it, really? You're not doing me any good here. I'm gonna have you move down to Kwantan. Okay, what I'm gonna do then is grab 2 of these guys. Do I have a run-of-the-mill patrol boat somewhere? Just here, then. Right, you've been loaded. You're over here as well, okay. Well, it's a good question then, actually, 18. We are going to be moving, as soon as the 48th arrives and is actually, well, unpacked and ready, then we'll begin to actually look at crossing the Causeway. I was considering waiting until we had additional divisions, but I've got to get moving, haven't I? Question's going to be, where do we move you? I think we'll have you move over there to Marie for the time being. Then what I can do is actually have them transferred from Marie over to Sinkerwang once we do take that base. I think what I'm going to do then is get these submarines down here as well, actually. We've seen those move these ships over here then, which is excellent. Okay, so these guys are continuing to rest here for the time being. So yeah, the 22nd should begin moving next turn or the turn afterwards. It's not going to be long until it does move. The thing is, it does seem like it takes a long time when you move via rail, but the thing is, it's like if we were moving via Malaya, under our own steam, it'd take a long-ass time. It'd just be ridiculous. It'd take us longer to march there than it does via rail. It just feels like it takes a long time when you have to, like, load them on the rail. But hey, it is what it is. We'll get better at planning things out in the future, actually. In terms of having logistics, really. Put you in there for that escort. Right, so you're just unloading a little bit of supply there. Once you are finished with that, you are going to head back. And the question is really, where do we have it head back to? I might have it actually head down to Cow for the time being. So we really have an idea of where it's going to be needed. Yeah, the 8th to the 15th of February. Yep, there's no way I can beat that. Like, the thing is, we won't see a massive surrender like Percival did to the Japanese there. Like, we are not that lucky. In some ways, it's actually harder playing as the Japanese in this, due to the fact that, well, the surrenders are very much different. Yeah, that works for me. So, running reconnaissance then over these bases over here then, we've set... Well, we've actually transferred the K-21 2As. What was it, 2Cs? 2C, something like that anyway, from out here at Cow, they're now down over here. Well, they're actually over here at Bangkok, they'll be transferred down, so it'll take some time for us to get the big bombers down here. But the thing is, we're just going to have the weight in numbers, really. I imagine he's probably got like level 3 or level 4 fortifications by now. I mean, I dread the idea that they could be higher. But at least we have the opportunity to continue the bombing now, so he's got some damage here. As long as there is some damage to the airfield, at least it'll prevent him from building up those fortifications. So that's fine by me. I do find it interesting that he's got this ship over here. I reckon he probably is still trying to run supplies into Badan. I should have been on top of this from the get-go. I didn't think he could actually use them for the fast transport, but I suppose that was a little bit naive on my end, really. Yeah, but we'll see. Aye. So that's sorted there, then. Confident enough with that. China. We've more or less sorted out China. Notice we've got the actual artillery regiments heading down here to Shanghai that we're transferring out. It feels bad to use all that, all those political points there, but there's not much I can do about it. Right, what I'm going to do here then. Right, continuous supply for resources. Yeah, that's what I want. How are the forces in Kigai? See, Kigai is a bit of a pain in the arse, isn't it? We did manage, we actually did manage to transfer some of our troops over. Okay, good, these guys are ready to go, that's awesome. Yeah, you don't have a space to dock there. Well, what I'll do then is I'll cancel the load for you for the time being. I'm going to wait for the actual other task force to actually... they are too big. A little bit too big. What do we actually have here then? Right, okay, what we'll do then is probably take the use and S's actually. Use and A's. What do we actually have then? So we have the, right, the Kyushus. I might even take them all, really. But I think for the time being, we'll take just those two. So they're going to run that, which is fine. Yeah, I'd like to have these guys actually sent back to Japan to be converted, really. So I'll have you sent into Osaka. Though in fairness, I could have them sent elsewhere, but I'd like to have them sent to Osaka. The reason being when it leaves like Nagasaki to repair our warships, really. Right. So we do have our forces over here now, so how does that actually look? I don't think I have control of the road as of yet. No, I don't think I can move yet. The issue is, it's like, I need to rest. Yeah, they can't march out of there. It could be that we just go and continue with the bombardment. It's not great. There is a lot of fatigue here, so I guess what we'll have to do then is just rest until we're actually in a better position. Or even have reinforcements. It's not the best situation though in reality. Waiting for a few more of these men to arrive. You are building up your plan, so at least that's that. Yeah, that one really backfired on me. I didn't think Kagaya would be that strong. I mean, I could probably do with some bombardment come in there, really. Probably be a bombardment or just use some bombers, but a bombardment would do a good idea. Yeah, I think that'd be the next one after Wenkow then. And I do have some ships in the area that actually could do a good job at that. So, to be honest, I could probably even use the Fuso, as she's in a damaged state. She could still do that, really. I'd also have to make sure there's no submarines in that area, but it would be nice to make use of that. So we'll think, well, it's not the main priority, but once we have some resources spare, then I'll go and bombard at Kagai to end the siege there, really. Or at least to bring it about to a closer rods. Okay, so our men are going to begin to march from Buna, which is great news. 92 miles there to go, not too bad. Still a load of the supplies here, which is good. How big is the port? I don't imagine it's very large. It's only a size 1, so yeah. Yeah, definitely not that great. Running ASW there, which is fine. We did hit the narwhal pretty hard, so I don't imagine she's going to be that much of a threat or lingering that long. So we know there's a tanker here in the water somewhere. The issue is trying to bloody well find it. I don't know where it could have been heading. Yeah, and it is a big issue, because I really don't know. I mean, it was heading northeast, so it could be heading over this way. I think what we'll do then is, I'm going to patrol down here by Lord Howe Island. Well, I don't know. So I think what we'll do then is we'll call that... Well, that's that really, isn't it? We couldn't find it, so it is what it is. I do have aircraft that could potentially pick up on it later, so I'd rather use the aircraft to figure out where it is if it strays close enough, but I'm not going to go out my way to chase it, because I don't have an infinite amount of fuel in the area, really. And I don't want to lose any targets in this area. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it just comes down to the range issues. Like, once I get some fuel down to New Caledonia, then things do become easier. It's just an issue of actually getting that there first and foremost, really. Right, what do I have here then in terms of range? 4,000 there with you. Not exactly huge, is it? So we've had 2 days of bombardment at Noumea. It might be worthwhile to attack this turn. Though saying that, the 84th does still have a lot of fatigue. I don't know, I suppose the thing is, it's like, if we wait another day, what does it particularly matter? We're still bombarding him. We're causing him a few more casualties this turn, so it's not as if we're actually not hurting him, so that makes a difference. I believe he's still running counter... Well, he's going to have to run counter battery fire, I do believe, so let's take a look. Yeah, so new man there. So we see that he is firing guns back at us then, so he's firing 66 guns. So the good news is he's still using supply. Yeah, that's fine by me then. Well, this is it, isn't it, really? At the moment, New Zealand is the easiest and safest route to ship cargo to Australia, prepared for surprise attacks. Which is why I'm trying to get some news down there. Yeah, so we had 2 squads destroyed. I mean, destroyed squads is great news. So what we'll do then is we'll have another day's rest. I mean, even if it is like we rest, his forces aren't going to be able to recover, really. If we have the ability to recover to some extent, then that's worthwhile. So I think what we'll do is we'll see what it looks like next turn, and we'll go from it from there, really. These guys need to stand down and rest. These guys are moving. Yeah, these guys are making good progress as well, so... It'll take them a little bit of time, but once they do arrive at Noumea, at least we do have fresh forces. They'll then become the garrison there, really. And going through the Panama Canal takes too long, I think. That's understandable, really. Yeah, we've got our submarines over here, then. So what I'm going to do is... let's see. I'd imagine... I mean, we do see ships over here at Pago, so let's assume that this is actually where they're coming from. So let's say if they're coming from that direction, heading towards Auckland. So they're moving along this route over here, then, so that's good to see. It's a decent bit of range. Do you have a search plane? You don't, okay. Maybe a little bit more so. Though, you do have a search plane, which is great news. Right. See, I don't really... Right, okay, actually, no, saying that, but it is supposedly an AP there. I think really what I want to do here, then, is let's see. So, some from Pago. Like, I really want to actually get the submarines in between where he's running these. We know he's been running from Palmyra. Well, more than likely from Palmyra. The reason we know that is we've seen tankers up that way. So we'll run up this way. Yeah, so we'll run some lanes up this way. If I can try and get on top of these lanes here, that'll work. And I really do need to go over my actual submarine tactics, but the great news is by actually having a mix of submarines with search planes and without, we can actually really form effective hunting groups. Might say don't get too close. No. I guess you can probably make it. And what's the actual ocean there? It is deep ocean, so that's fine. We're not headed through the actual hex, so that's okay. I mean, there's always a chance we might be able to actually hit that ship there. So I think what we're going to do is actually target the shipping lanes between these islands then, really. I think that's when we have the best chance of actually hitting something. If I can prevent him from actually resupplying these bases with fuel, that'd be fantastic, actually. Okay, so let's take a look over here then. So from Palmyra to Pearl Harbor, and every club that I've been in. Yeah, no wonder he slipped out of our grasp then. So what range are we at here? 10 hexes. See, the thing is, what's the range of the PBYs? Allied aircraft. PBYs, okay. Just gonna pass them. $15 hexes then, okay. Which is doable. Let's figure out a point then. So that is 15 hexes and 11 hexes. So really I want to be patrolling around about this area here. Yeah, so that's the limit of its normal range. He could be going for the extended, but that's probably about the right spot, about there-ish. See. 16 hexes, another hex. Yeah, that's about right, okay. Good, you have a float plane, that's excellent. See, I'll have you run a little bit closer due to the fact that you do have that float plane. It means I can actually try and run some detection. So something like that is where we're going to patrol. Well, to be fair, actually, what I'll do... Yeah, something like that, then we'll have that as a shipping lane to actually hunt in there. And this is it, we know he's sending assets from Pearl Harbor. Yeah, I think that's about right. I think this is actually making intelligent use of our submarines. I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what he has in place if it can't move. How much supply do we have over here then? So we're looking at about 2,000 tons. Are we actually making progress in the airfield? There's no damage to this. I don't know. It may be that it needs more supply, perhaps. It should be underway. I'm not going to lie. It should be underway. Yeah, I-21 actually has a search plane too. What I'll do then is I'll have the I-21 moved over here. Yeah, something about sort of region works out. pretty fine. Okay, so you're done here, which is good news. I'm gonna have them head to Tokyo. Okay. So soon enough we'll have enough transports to move the Shoho out. Which will be good news. Yeah, so I think that kind of sums things up for the time being, man. So we're going to have a general bombardment at Changhsa, which I think is the middle-of-the-road option. I think it works out well due to the fact that we don't know how much he's actually moving. So if we see that he's taking a lot of disproportionate casualties, he may stay put because he obviously can't, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this is it. I don't want him to be moving like a single unit in his attack and then get really royally trounced. I would like... I mean, I prefer to attack once we have additional divisions here as well. Like, we'll have 2 divisions here shortly, so we'll see what happens. I think things are going well. I think they're going well. Like, it was a shame to lose that element of the actual air flotilla headquarters, but overall, really not so bad. Like, it's nothing that we can't handle. It's nothing I can't really deal with, so I'm happy about that. I think what we're going to do here, then, we're not going to be attacking Changhsa. Right, target Kuei Lin, Chang, Xiangtan. Right, so we had 2 over there, so we're going to actually redesignate their targets over here. Okay, never mind. Okay, what we'll do then is these guys are going to sweep Changhsa. Yep, there we go. They're going to escort to Changhsa. I think what we'll do is we'll fly at 10,000 feet. I don't want to get too low, and because the thing is, it's like I don't have huge amounts of these aircraft in the pool, really. I don't want to strain it too much. Yeah, so I think 10,000 feet, I think that's adequate. The thing is, like, obviously we can go lower, but, well... We'll see how it goes, really. I mean, the good news is, without the flying tigers in the actual region, it does make it far, far easier for us. Yeah, the Sonoya's here as well, so they've been resting. I'm going to get the Sonoyas involved too. I think at the end of the day, having them is just, it's worthwhile. I mean, I could have them actually attack the airfield over here at Changhsa to prevent him actually building up fortifications, which is probably a worthwhile idea, really. I imagine he is building up fortifications, but then again, saying that, I mean, we'll be able to break the fortifications easily enough. It'll take some effort, but we'll be able to break through them. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and just hit the actual ground units. I think at the end of the day, we've just got to really ramp up the damage that we're dealing to him here. Yeah, that'd be fine. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, really. If we don't see the Flying Tigers for some time in the region, what we'll probably do then is move out the Ki-43-1Cs and take them to greener pastures. They've done a good job. They have... I mean, we dropped on very lucky. I mean, the Ki-43s really overperformed in that battle. Like, I didn't anticipate them to just do that well against the Flying Tigers. So that was excellent. And ideally, he may not have an accurate picture of how effective they actually are now. And what I mean by that is he may actually assume them to be more dangerous than they really are, really. Which would be ideal. Right, you're heading back to refuel. I'm not saying that I do... do I have here? I do have a tender there. In fairness, I could actually have the submarine head over there. There is that bastard there. But he'll be gone soon enough. It is a matter of time until he's gone. Yeah, you can't argue with actually having something there to actually go ahead and rearm and refuel from. So we'll go there. I'll dock you for the time being. Yeah, the good news is we're nearly at a level 3 airfield over here. Not too long do we have that. So that's the hard part done there. What I'm going to have to do is obviously build up New Caledonia's airfields as well. We're going to be looking for like a series of like level 4 airfields. So down here, obviously, I do have the 21st Air Flotilla. I do need a division down here, to be honest. Like, a division somewhere in the area. Like, for example, I do have the 11th Air Fleet over here. So that's an Air HQ, which has a radius of 5. So I need to figure out where I'm going to actually have that. Like, at Rabal, it's not doing me any good, because obviously you can't even reach the base over there, well, over here at Buin. Yeah, there's no easy option. It'd be a case of, like, if I had it at Comac, it'd be able to do the entire island of New Caledonia, but it wouldn't be able to do Luganville. So it might be we keep the air flotilla here at Luganville and maybe have the air HQ move down here to New Caledonia. At least then I'd actually have the ability to run torpedoes from every base there. Which is an asset, I'm not going to lie. It is nice to be able to have that capability. Though, it might even be preferable, because I don't need that much down there, I don't imagine. It might be what we do is we take one of these bases over here. So let's see. I mean, at Buna, there's no airfield. We do have an airfield over here. There's an airfield here. One over here as well. 7 hexes, which is a shame. Like, this might be the actual option to have the air headquarters in. It would allow me to reach these over here. Which is not too bad. I might consider actually having it moved over there, to be fair. Yeah, and I could reach Boone as well. So it'd give me range over... Yeah, that's probably the best place to have it there. So yeah, I'm going to say Gazmata, because then obviously I have range over all these bases here, and I'd actually be able to use torpedoes there. It's a nice central location. I mean, I don't imagine that your logistics is anything there. Yeah, there's no roads. Really no roads there. There is a port, and it's not a very large port, but at least it's something. Right, you're unloading there. Okay. Right, you're in naval search, okay. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to begin to run, we'll run some reconnaissance over Moresby, try and get an idea of what we're actually looking at over there. I'll take this other one over here, and I'm going to have it run reconnaissance here, actually. Over Gazmata. So I would like to get that division moved over pretty quickly, actually. That'd be nice. So I'm going to keep the H6K4s over here at Roignamer then for the time being. I'd like to have them shifted out elsewhere, and now I need to figure out how to actually get an engineering company over to Canton, really. So let's see what we have here. So amphibious would be the nice way to go about it. I probably have an AMC or something like that. Or even just ships like this, really, will do the job just as well. Yeah, though they could be, well, converted, to be fair. I think I'll take the Kisois. They're so small that it doesn't particularly matter. We do have a very... Well, we have a transport that... Well, we have a Kiso-E patrol boat as well, so I think that'd be fine there. So what I'll do then is... Scheiße. Right, okay. They're gonna have to go out to Tarawa then. And we'll pick up something from Tarawa, I reckon. Or maybe even out from over here, to be fair. I can't move a base force, it's too large. There is a company over there. How big is it, though? Yeah, it's just support there, isn't it? How are we getting on with the airfield over here at Tarawa? Okay, so we're nearly at a size 2 airfield, which is nice. I need an airfield there. I'll tell you what, that's why isn't it? I can't actually build a bloody airfield. God fucking damn it. Yeah, I can't... God damn. Can't build... God damn it, okay, well that's irritating. I think what I might do is actually move these assets over there to Canton Island then, actually. Okay, we'll take these two here. Okay, we'll undock actually, they'll be handy. Right, so I'll take these two guys here. Right, I'll have them sent over here to Funafuti. They can do fast transport, so what I could probably do then is actually have them pick up the actual cargo. I don't think they can actually carry any infantry, but they could probably carry the actual cargo. So let's say, like, the AMGs and shit like that. And then the other one can actually... Well, one of them could do that, one of them could pick up the actual supply. Get it moving out there. Right, okay. I'll pick up a unit from Tarawa as well then. But what I'll do is actually... I'll tell you what, we'll take some supplies down to Tarawa actually. Just a little bit. Not a huge amount, but just a little bit. Yeah, but I can actually get that set up there. What I'll do then... This poor squadron. But I need them again. I can't move that. So what I'll do then is I'll move them to Roignemer, I reckon. Well, actually, what is their range? They can move at a ridiculous distance. I'll move them out here to Roignemer first, then. I need to try and maintain at least some of them. Okay, so there. A little bit of detection there. Oh, right, I haven't yet split them up, have I? Well, what we'll do then is we'll take Manus Island and then we'll move on over here then. I mean, I really don't know what might be out there at Manus Island, to be fair. I don't imagine much, but I'll take it with that force, because I don't have a lot of troops here. There's only 800 troops there, so I'll have them all land there, then we'll head elsewhere then. Right, the Kashai. Good. The Kashai is already underway, so that's fantastic. Can make use of that. So yeah, what I'd like to do then is actually... I mean, I could actually have something operate from Canton Island now. It'll just break down. But what I'll do then is, I'll get the H6K2s. I mean, I could have some of these guys start moving stuff now, but it'd be like misusing them, really. But I'll get something out there, and then I'll be able to... Yeah, it'd be really good for us. I mean, I don't know where his carriers are, but we do need to try and cover as much ground with, like, naval search as possible, really. Oh, he has nothing there. Oh, well, that's good to know. Well, okay, well, what we'll do then... What does he have on the other bases, then? What do the Allies actually begin with, then? Okay. Let's have that trip do that then. I'll send the rest of them, so that is 500. Well, that's actually quite a large one there, really, isn't it? But that's better. Is there actually some infantry here, though, to capture the base? No, HMGs. Oh, right, so there's only really troops in that one base then. Okay, well that makes sense. Right, you've got some SLF. That's irritating. I really loaded up with way too much supply there. Yeah, definitely. Well, they can move on Hollandia, really. Not exactly ideal. Okay, they'll have to take Manus then. And you know. We'll go for the space over here, then at least we have something of use. Then I'll send something else to go ahead and grab the other base there. Ah, you didn't bear nitrogen. Yeah, the track that I'm playing at the moment is Lullaby of War there. Like, I've got tracks here from, like, Hearthstone 2 and Hearthstone 3. That's where I really use the music from, to be honest. So if you're ever wondering what I use for the soundtrack, it's from there, really. The reason is it's not copyrighted, which is brilliant. Okay. Oops. We'll go with that one now. She's one of the better tracks. Okay, so I think beyond that, we are pretty good to go. I need to get these moved out elsewhere. That's 17 assault strength. These need to be shipped out back home, really. I just can't think when I can actually use them. I did have a plan for them, but I just... Well, an idea is potentially use them, but it's really not doing me any good, is it? I'll have them go aboard the Eheims, well, Eheims, whatever. Reason being, at least, when I can actually have those guys sent back to Japan then to be converted to. That's a base force. Am I blind? I thought I had 2 ranging regiments here. Is it just the... okay, fair enough. I must be blind. Now the question comes down to, like, would they be useful in Java? Potentially so. I don't know, it's really hard to say where they might be useful. It could be maybe more so in China, really. I think we'd like to... Yeah, I think I'd like to get some... It'd be nice to actually have some parachutists out here, really. I suppose they could come in handy. If for anything, just to take certain bases really quickly. So, I think I'll get the first Rain Regiment sent out that way. Ah, thank you very much, Cola. Appreciate it, my man. I think beyond that, we are good to go. Clear skies there where we need them. That's good there. Right, make sure I'm not running any long-range combat air patrol. Oh, thank you very much, Faircola. Jesus Christ, 4 months now. Where the hell does the time go? Where does it go? So I'm losing track of everything here. Oh dear. Right, so moving now to the 21st, we're preparing for the 48th Division to arrive down at Johor, Peru. Obviously, once they do, then we can move upon the Causeway at Singapore, which is great. Yeah, that works fine. I think in China we'll have an interesting time then, but I think for the most part we're good to go here. There's not a huge amount to be done, really. We're going to begin the march upon Port Moresby, which is brilliant. I mean, the good news is, if I want to, I can move assets in there to potentially bombard, which is great news. So yeah, that's not too bad. So there's forces in this area around these bases, but the thing is they're going to be deprived of supply for the most part. So we'll take them quite nicely, really. I'm going to run, well, reconnaissance over these bases just to make sure, but I think we're good to go. So I think with that, we're pretty solid. I mean, the fact that he's moved out the air power from Singapore is really interesting. I need to figure out when it is so I can try and punish him before he gets out of here, but we'll see about that. Okay, fast transport over here then, actually. So it's good to have supplies moving back and forth, really. Shitload of supplies there. In fairness, I might even have them run a continuous supply over here to go to Peru, to be fair. Unfortunately, I can't do that, but yeah, we'll have them do that, because I do need more supplies in Malaya. Okay. What do we name the turn, guys? I think that's the question, isn't it? What do we name the turn? I'll just wait for you guys to come up with some suggestions, actually. It's a shame that we actually took some losses last turn, otherwise it would have been a much better time to tease him, really, but unfortunately we can't. Any ideas? We had the dying tigers last time, which was pretty... that was really good. That was really in the face there. I'm Vietnam themed at the moment. Oh dear. Yeah, and I think we'll rest here another day. I mean, I really do consider like attacking again. But the thing is, it's not the fortifications that are going to be the main issue here. One of the general themes of this turn. And this is it, really, isn't it? I think what we'll do then is... Been mostly bombardment, hasn't it, for the most part? Right, so we'll attack there. I think a deliberate attack is more than enough. I'll tell you what, we'll go with, I think I know what we'll go with. We'll go with the DEI is close for business. No, then again, that's not very good, is it? Ugh. Actually, I know a good one. Okay, I know what we're gonna go for. So, mana down, mana don't. Oh, that's the only thing I can come up with, really. We don't have anything to massively tease him about, so we'll go with that one there. So, mana down, mana don't. Oh, I don't think so. We'll go with that there. I'm sure to appreciate the humour. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I like that, actually. That's quite an amusing one. That's a quite amusing one. So, thank you very much for that, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you guys have had a fantastic time. It's been great. I think we are very much getting there. We're looking seriously now at how we're going to bring about these big objectives and bring them into our actual grasp. I think the thing is, it's like it always seems hard in the first few months of the war, really. I mean, there are targets that can be taken easy, but there are some solid targets out there that do take some time to just really break down. But we're nearing that point then, which we are like, yeah, we can do this. The 48th Division is making its way south. The 56th Division has arrived at Buna. We landed at Buna. We have the... Yeah, I mean, this is it. We'll be able to march upon Port Moresby. I mean, I don't really care what he has there. He's not going to be able to stand up to a full division for too terribly long. And if needs be, I can always send forces in there to bombard. We do have Truck, which is very close by. And there's Rabal as well. So we do have ports nearby as well that we can use. I do have the ability to run torpedoes out from Rabal as well. So that's very nice. We'll run that reconnaissance over Rabal this turn. I mean, if we can figure out what's... he might still have something in the port there. We did see something in the port, so we'll see about that. It'll be good to find out what's going on. But once we do have Port Moresby and New Mayor, then that area is pretty much nicely locked down. We'll obviously have to work on consolidation. I'm going to really try to get some assets out of Canton Island as well, so we can actually really run H6K4s really quite far out there. But we've got our submarine set up in more intelligent patterns as well, so we'll have to see what goes on there. So I'd like to well, yeah, I'd like to say a big thank you here, guys. Always a humbling experience to have you all here. And I hope we have some success next turn. Until next time, Tenno, Heika, Banzai. And goodbye for now.